lower. Let's get the early tick. Tyler Vernon is with Biltmore Capital, calling for a volatile market. Jamie Cox, managing partner with Harris Financial Group, also with us. All right, I want to give each of you one question about where you're bullish. Jamie, let me start with you. You say your outlook for this year is very positive. We're living through a revolution. There's more to come. Make the optimistic case.
All right, Aaron, I think there's a productivity boom that we're witnessing as we start right now. We have, wireless devices, iPads, we have iPhones, we have Droids, which are being sold at record numbers. I think we haven't yet seen the benefits of those devices and their uses in business. So I think that this productivity wave will continue to carry us through the remainder of the year and into the next. All
right, so there's, I guess, a big picture optimism. Simon, I know, is going to ask you where you're investing. Let me get the question to you, Tyler. It looks like you're maybe not as optimistic, but you also see a big positive coming in tech.
Yeah, we think there's, you are right. You're pushing me to make an optimistic case, but if we're going to make one, it's going to be in tech, especially after today's pullback, last week's pullback. There's an unbelievable cycle going on. We saw that in the GDP numbers as far as upgrades that are going on. Companies just didn't go to Vista. They didn't accept it, and we're going to see a big push towards Windows 7. And we think we're in the third to fourth inning of tech, and that's going to be a tremendous leader as we continue to look forward throughout the remainder of the year.
And yet, Tyler, your broader view of the market is that we are going to go down maybe 10% before we get a floor.
Yeah, I think so. At this point, I think we're really stuck in a push-pull. Investors are seeing unbelievable valuations here in the market, and we're going to see a floor there as institutions step in. But there's really not a whole lot going on the top end, and we're going to see a cap there as investors continue to focus on negative economic reports, whether it's housing, consumer data, et cetera. And I think investors need to think a little bit different this time when it comes to strategy.
And briefly, what would that involve then?
Well, Biltmore Capital manages a covered call option strategy. If we can pick up 7 to 9% annually through premiums and another 2 to 3% dividends, I think our higher net worth investors will be very happy. So we're overweighting these type of alternative strategies in today's portfolio.
Jamie, you started the interview by talking about a revolution and that you were the more optimistic of the two. Actually, if I read down your notes, that said, you say that there are two possible scenarios from here: a washout, where we clear everything, and by that I assume you mean large market losses, or 5 to 7 years of subpar growth.
Well, I'm talking to Simon about the United States. I mean, we have this gigantic problem of spending and debt, and we're going to need to attack it from both sides. If we don't, if we don't cut spending and raise taxes in the short run, I'm afraid we're just going to sit and spend for 5 or 7 years, and that's just not acceptable for the majority of America. So I believe that productivity will carry us a long way, but we have to get serious about handling our deficits and quit, kind of living in a dreamland that we can just ignore it and it'll go away. So I think that what we're doing is we're basically creating this world in which we can invest around it and make a lot more money than we can in the U.S. I'm just saying, as an American, I think we need to get serious about tackling our own problems so we can continue on with the growth that we've been accustomed to over the past couple of decades.
Thanks very much, Tyler and Jamie. And next, plastics maker Polyone has a unique view on the economy. A surging stock. Is this a sign that maybe all this negativity about the U.S. economy is not merited?